This segment sponsored by Psych Associates of Maryland.
Well, when it comes to our mental health, oftentimes we dismiss our need for support, assuming that everything would just get better or that we should tough it out.
Well, trained professionals at Psych Associates of Maryland say that we don't have to choose either option. Here to share more is Cassie Johnson. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you guys for having me.
How are you?
Good.
We're excited to have you here. So tell us about Psych Associates.
So Psych Associates of Maryland, we've been around for a little over 2 decades now, and we recently had a new ownership takeover in the last 2 years. So since he's taken over, we've expanded a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what kind of services do you guys offer?
So we still offer the same kind of services with new additions. So we have your medication management.
Okay.
We do therapy, both individual and group. And then we also have psychological and educational testing. And then we also have TMS, is something that we currently offer now, which is a new service to us.
So mental health is, I feel like it's on the rise. People are more and more conscious of it within themselves and with their families. So why is it so important to prioritize your mental health?
You definitely should prioritize it. It's funny because I just started a podcast with my company to kind of get the awareness out there and try to cut out the stigma with it, because we all should be more in tune with mental health, because we get it across the board, whether it be depression, anxiety. We also do, you have panic attacks, and then you have your work-related stress as well.
So why is it necessary for people to recognize that mental health is health?
They definitely should, because it'll affect your everyday life.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, you could have your kids out and you go out and you're just feeling like depressed, and it can really interrupt your flow. And then you also have where you're in work-related issues and the stress that comes with work, and it can kind of, downplay what your role is at your job, and it really does affect you. So it's something that we all should be more aware of and take more seriously.
And so you talked a little bit about testing, the psychological and educational testing. So what ages do you guys deal with?
So with those types of testing, any school age, so
Okay.
from 5-year-olds all the way up. So any school age, you can definitely get tested, seeing if you have ADD and ADHD is the main testing that a lot of people look for, or learning disabilities.
Okay, so from as young as 5 all the way up to
18, yep.
and past that, right?
Yep.
You deal with adults too.
Yeah, so adults do too, because they come in just to kind of get a gear, because some adults start to recognize their ADD symptoms or ADHD symptoms while they're being at work. So, I mean, you can get that later on in life too, so they come in for testing as well.
Okay. And it's so important because we all think, like you talked earlier about toughing it out. And so when do we know when's toughing it out isn't enough, when we really need some extra help?
So what I kind of talk about in our podcast is, like, you have coping mechanisms.
Right.
And one of the signs you should start to recognize is when your coping mechanisms are no longer working, then it's probably a good time to start seeking out help. Whether it just be starting out with a therapy, and going to see someone, talking to them, and, trying to just get it out. And that way it doesn't stay bottled up, because usually what happens is you explode after that for too long.
And you guys have locations, several locations, right?
Yes.
Tell us about
that.
them.
So we expanded from 2 locations. Our main 2 locations were Columbia and Towson. And within the last year, we also opened up in Annapolis, Baltimore City, and then Gaithersburg. Yep.
Amazing. So all of that information there available. So if people think that they're just having a hard time, you're saying they can come to you. They don't necessarily just have to think that they'll get over it.
Nope, yep, they can definitely come to us. We offer same day, same week appointments.
Wow.
So we can definitely get you in. Like I said, we're always expanding. So, we have the providers there that are ready and available to help.
Awesome.
That's amazing. Thank you so much.
You're
I know
welcome.
everyone can relate to needing a little bit of help sometimes.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Stay with us.